Hello, I'm Justintyme, and this is the Absurdly Epic YouTube channel. We are going to take a look at one of my designs as per usual, and we will be reacting and analyzing it. And just so you don't get antsy, there's a thing popping up that's not good. Go away, thing. Yay. Alright, here is the thing. So this is what we're going to look at. Y'all need some fall. Alright. So a few start of term things. You might be wondering what print on demand is. Print on demand, well, you might not have heard of the term. You might have heard of the term in passing. Something like that. So, I'd like to explain what it is. It's basically where I make the design in whatever software I choose, or there are websites that do it now. Canva does it. I don't know. There's something else I use. They can do basic versions, and there are some sites that go more in depth, so you can look around if you're looking for something like that. But I actually have software, and it's just I learned on the software. It's easier to do it like that. But anyway, print on demand, you make the designs yourself, you export them into the correct format, and then you get a file out of it that you can put that design onto, say, a t-shirt or a mug or a pillow or pretty much anything you want to. The only limit is what the site has available for you to print onto. I use Redbubble, so there are a fair amount of things to print onto. I'm not sure, really, I haven't tried to narrow it down at all, so I might not be limiting myself correctly, because maybe I need to get a little more niche and just make, mugs or t-shirts or something, but I'm doing the shotgun approach, making whatever I can, just sticking it out there in the world. And then, some places, I know Redbubble does it, most places do it in some form or another, where they will advertise your thing. They usually want to advertise the ones that are already selling and that they know are going to sell, or that people have already been to before. Now algorithms are so big in our culture, we can track people and advertise to them what they've been looking at. So if someone's been looking at your design or a particular shirt or a sticker or something that your design is on, they'll get advertised that to you, and then they'll take part of the profit, probably most of the profit, and you get a tiny royalty from that that you get to keep. And some people can make a very good living off of that. So far, I cannot. Full disclosure. I'm still working on it. It could take a while. It's been a lot longer than people have said for me. So it's not something I'd recommend for anyone who wants to make a quick buck. Although some people do actually make money fairly quickly, but I think anymore that's more, good placements. I hesitate to say random chance. It's kind of like random chance, but a lot of times these people know a little bit more stuff. But I think there is a random element to it. I don't want to discount that. I think there is a luck quantity to it, or something that we don't know how to measure, but we would measure it if we could. It's something that exists, but people with natural talent, or even talent that's been developed over a few years or worked on, don't want to admit that plays as much of a part, I find. So I don't want to take anything away from them, because there probably is more that can go into this. But the idea of print on demand is that you wouldn't have to put as much work into it as you would have to if you were building your own business from the ground up. Which works for me because, I don't know, I'm just kind of all over the place, I guess. Before we go to analyze my design, I'd also like to say there are links in the description below specifically to this design, and then lower I have links to my website, to the Redbubble site where you can find this design, and to social media accounts I have, like Twitter and Facebook, that kind of stuff. And then, of course, there are the Eureka moment things, so if you decide you would like to hit the like button, that would help me very much. So if you decide at any point, you can hit that like button. That will help the algorithm know that people want to see my video. You can subscribe to the channel where you will get more videos, and hit the bell also to, well, it would be kind of like subscribing, but that way YouTube knows you want to see more videos from me and you want to be notified when new videos arrive. Then comment on my video. You can comment at any time about anything you would like. And then, of course, there is a button marked share. It has a little shortened link if you want to use that, or there are certain places you can just embed my video, like Twitter, Facebook, or they have a bunch of things there that you can. It'll automatically go to it. So that's nice. And then I would like to apologize. I'm still in the same place I was before, where you can hear a lot of planes going overhead. There's a lot of road noise around. I'm not sure if it'll be picked up by the microphone, but this isn't the highest quality of microphone, so it might. You might get stray noises here and there. Alright, and we are ready to take a look at my design. It is Y'all Need Some Fall. Now, this design was trending on Redbubble a little while ago, so I decided to do my own take on it. It's not a very unique take, I don't think, but it was one I wasn't seeing anything for. And it's basically just some text and then like leaves in the background, and then I changed the colors, so there's like this orangey brown kind of color that falls into a like yellow creamish sort of color, and I kept that motif through it all, and then I threw it on a background, and this background isn't quite the background it went on. I actually think the background it went on was probably a better color. Originally it was more of a dark yellowish color that I had it going on, but now I've sort of altered it. Now it's sort of brown, makes the words stand out better, and you're going to see it when I show you the actual product design, that I think it's a bit darker of a background, and I think that helps it stand out, the words and the design stand out a little more. And I don't think I did the leaves. I think I acquired them from the silhouette site I use that offers free silhouettes that you can use commercially, so that was nice. And it all around is sort of a basic thing, basic sort of color. You might see this red line, and that is because that is the word ohm, and I had to add a different S. I don't know, this is a tangent, and it's kind of funny. On the design, when you look with the regular font I use, for whatever reason, the S doesn't work. So the S comes out looking like that. And, I don't know, I mean, I guess I can tell it's an S, but it's got a weird sort of dent in it. It doesn't look right, so, what I did now to make it look right was use an S from a similar font that I had to adjust a little. You'll have to excuse me, I do that. I make burpee noises. So anyway, um, that aside, that is something I fixed, and I think I did it in the whole thing in a different font. I may have just changed it and not saved the file. I don't know, but anyway, when I pulled this up, it didn't look quite right. And if I were going to do this again, I would say, one, the font looks a little thin. I usually, in most of my work, I try to use thicker fonts, but sometimes to get things to fit right, you end up using thinner fonts. And I don't know that matters so much on this one. Some of them it doesn't come out as well, but this seems, I don't know, the colors seem to work right with how the font is laid out on here. And if I were going to do it again, I'd want to use a slightly thicker font. I did like, the reason why I use this font that I went with, I think it's called Amatic, is because it's kind of got wavy lines. It kind of looks like it's windswept a bit. And, you know, or it's being affected by the wind, you know, there's that fall chill in the air. It just feels really nice, really good. And one of the other things that's bothering me, and I don't know if this came out as bad, but there's a big space between the Y apostrophe and the A here. It is something you can fix. It's fairly easy in this program. And I'm not sure why I wouldn't have done this. Anyhow, there. Now it's a little closer together. It's y'all need some fall. And that is what we did. And also, I don't want to save that. Yes, it did. Alright, sorry about that. Things pop up in front of the screen. It happens. Alright, so we are going to go over and see it on some products now. Oh, also what I would have done to this is change the background around a little bit. I don't know, I've been playing with that a lot more lately, and I think it works better. Just for my own sake. I'm not sure anyone really cares about it, but for me, having one solid color as a background is just kind of bland. But it's not something you can change on most things, because, like, if you put the design on a t-shirt, it's just gonna start, you know, doing this honeycomb pattern or whatever you have. It's only gonna start it within a certain amount of area on it, and that isn't gonna look that good. I mean, some people might want to do that. It might work out. Definitely if you're going to do like an all-over print shirt, I know some places have that available. But most people's shirts probably aren't going to be an all-over one. They're just going to have the words on the front. And I'm going to erase the background and then put it on the products like I'm going to show you in just a second. So here we go. Hello and welcome to Redbubble. This is the product page for my y'all need some fall design. So you get to see it on various different products. And this is mostly I put it on the black here. You get a few choices with the clock, and ended up putting on the black rim with the black hands, and I'm not sure if that's what I actually would have wanted. Not that I expect many people to buy the clocks, but it would be nice if it looked a little different, so I might go in and change that. Anyway, what you might notice on the Y'all Need Some Fall designs, I apparently have 3 of them. I have different versions of a lot of different designs, but it does look like I used a different fonts, so I'm not sure what happened to that file. Maybe I have it on a different computer, because I don't know, it looks more like the one I used that's for the S. I can flip back over to it, and that was not what I meant to do either. Alright, yeah, you can see that's spaced closer together, and that it just makes it stand out a little more because it's actually a bit thicker of a font. It still keeps the thin and the wobbliness. I think I like the other font better ultimately, but this one works as well. It's like a good replacement font. So in the final design, I might have done a little more drop shadow. It looks like what I did on here, because if you see the leaves, it's not a big deal. I'm not sure how noticeable it is either. People seem to notice things differently when they are the ones doing them. So there's a little more black behind this than there are the letters, and that is the drop shadow. The drop shadow behind the leaves to make them look a little more realistic. It doesn't really matter because none of this is really realistic. It's just fun, and that's the main purpose of these. So anyhow, I was looking at this earlier, and I just think I might have to go in and alter this design a bit, because what happened was on some of the shirts, the design gets sort of warped. And it's not really warped, it's just that I brought it down a little further than I thought it was, because the words should be up a little higher. And I could maybe bring the words in just a bit so you can read them all. You know, you don't have to guess what it's saying. It's a smaller phrase, so it might be easier to guess what it's trying to say, but you shouldn't have to anyway. So that's something I could work on. And I think it looks good on most items. We're waiting for it to go through. I don't know if it... Okay, there. It's on a pillow, and it actually looks fairly good. This is a floor pillow, I guess. I have her doing a repeating pattern. That's something you can choose on Redbubble. Some sites, they have the ability to choose on some items, and that is nice when they do. So you can adjust your item to have it. So it's not as important if it's a pillow, but the colors are fairly important. And that's the kind of stuff you can do on Redbubble, I guess. Then there are a bunch of different products here. And yeah, that's that. And that's that. So you get to see my Y'all Need Some Fall. I'm not super enthusiastic about it because I think it could have looked better, but I did want to show it to you. It doesn't seem to be one of my more complex things. Anyway, moving on, I wanted to say why I have an end screen. So I have an end screen because I have a start screen, and I have a start screen because I like starting out in a darker looking format. It just makes the colors pop more, but it also is easier on the eyes when I'm talking, and I tend to go on. So I wanted you to be more comfortable. Alright, be sure to check out this channel for more videos of this nature, the Redbubble guide. The Design You Saw products are available at redbubble.com. You can search for it, or it might be easier if you just use the links in the description below. Again, I have the link directly to the product, and then a link to the shop, a link to my website, a link to my different social media accounts, so you can find pretty much a link to anything. I want to remind you to stay tuned for the after thing, because I'm going to do an after thing. I usually do. I just want to make sure you know it's there. There's one more thing before we go. I'd like you to hit the like button if you have not already. Subscribe, there's that subscribe button. You can also hit the bell, which goes along with the subscribe button. It's going to help you find my videos and know about new ones. Then there's the comment section. You can leave a comment on whatever you saw, whatever you have to say. I would like to hear it. Well, try to stay on topic. That's all I'll ask. Then, even though I don't always, please scroll back up a little bit and look for that share button. It should be right under the video, and it will help you share my video to your different accounts on Facebook and Twitter and Reddit. Maybe not Reddit. I don't know which ones it shares to, but use the account and share to whichever ones you use. Maybe to Discord. I honestly don't know all the stuffs, but share, like. That's what I always say, and I don't always say that, but I like to say that I say stuff. I don't usually say stuff. All right. There's also a little link when you hit the share box, so you can just share the link if you want to. You can write whatever you want. That might make it easier. There's a lot of customization options. Anyhow, I've talked a lot and I'm rambling on, so I apologize for that. Take care. Thank you for watching, because it does mean a lot to me. Alright, I will see you later. Bye-bye.